Provisions in a lease agreement for future expenditure. Sinking fund or replacement funds. In this video I am addressing sinking fund, as a way of making financial provision for future repairs or replacements. Sinking fund is a replacement fund where the owner builds up a fund to pay for repair and replacement of major items of plant and equipment. There should be a clear policy set out on how to spend the fund, for example to replace the boiler within the building. This will require the landlord to act reasonably in estimating the amount of the contributions due and ideally should set out the basis of calculating the charge. The policy will also set out how financial matters including interest and tax will be accounted for. Please like, share and subscribe for more videos and write your comments or questions. The ownership of sinking fund is often poorly defined, particularly when the purpose of the fund has been discharged. A well-set-up fund will set out what is being paid and by whom to what purpose, and what happens once that purpose has been achieved. The landlord should contribute to the fund for any void properties as if he was the occupational tenant. Even though it is called sinking fund, it remains part of the service charge and all payments made from the fund should therefore be clearly communicated to tenants and included as part of the annual reconciliation of the service charge. Ensure there is a clear, transparent policy that sets out the purpose of the fund and the timescale it is anticipated to have, as well as how the money will be held and managed. The policy should also address surplus funds and what will happen to the money in the event the building is demolished or undergoes substantial alteration or change of use, for example from offices to residential, such that the original building in effect no longer subsists. Landlords should contribute for void properties as if they were an occupational tenant. Let's take an example. Each floor of an office block comprising 10 stories was originally let on a 25-year lease. Each tenant covenants to pay a service charge being 10% of the total expenditure. The leases provide for the landlord to include a sinking fund for the replacement of the boiler, and over the last 19 years the landlord has collected €10,000 per annum towards a sinking fund established for that purpose. One floor became vacant 5 years ago and remained so until 2 years ago when the premises were re-let to a new tenant. The landlord made an appropriate contribution each year to the sinking fund in respect of the vacant floor. The new tenant has also paid its proportion of the sinking fund contribution. There is therefore €190,000 in the sinking fund, ignoring, for simplicity, any interest. The landlord has now spent €200,000 on replacing the boiler. The new tenant's balancing charge liability for a proportion of the cost of replacing the boiler would therefore be €1,000. Subtract €190,000 from €200,000 and multiply by 10%. The proportion of the costs incurred relating to the premises is €20,000, 10%, but the new tenant has only contributed €2,000, €1,000 towards the sinking fund last year and €1,000 balancing charge this year. The actual replacement cost of the new boiler, which is €20,000, is therefore apportioned as follow. Previous tenant, €15,000. Landlord, void period, €3,000. Current tenant, €2,000. If you have found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe for more videos and write your comments or questions.